Hey guys, Frank here, and if you're watching this, you have obviously bought our Pinky Raisin home wine tasting kit. Now, what is Pinky Raisin? That's when you're taking your glass and you're saying, "Oh, Buffy, could you please get me another glass of wine?" Your pinky's raised. You got some of our elite wines here. We got our new Moonlight Bliss. We got a Mothervine Reserve. We got our Christmas wines, Hatteras Red Reserve. All kinds of wines here. You're going to love these guys. And also, you're going to get some extra stuff. So let me go over the extra stuff first of all. You ever had our Savannah Grace cheese straws? These things are amazing. They melt in your mouth. Divvy these amongst your friends as you're doing this tasting. I'm telling you, they're going to love these. Have one in between every other wine or so. The other thing you're going to get in this, you're going to get our Jolly Juice, okay? So this is our Jolly Juice. And what you do with this, there's 2 packets in here. You're going to take one of these packets and you are going to mix that with a half a bottle of our Christmas Red, which is right here. Mix that together, pour it over a blender full of ice, and you're going to have some delectable wine sweeteners. They are amazing. You guys are going to love those too, I'm telling you. And if you got kids, you can actually make one and just use grape juice. And it's going to taste amazing. They're going to love it too. So try that out. The other thing that you're going to get is you're going to get our Jingle Spice. Now this is one of our hot spiced wines, okay? So what you're going to do with this, you're going to take this packet and then you're going to take 1 bottle of our Christmas red wine, which is right here. Then you're also going to take a bottle of our muscadine cider. You're going to mix that together and then add about a gallon of either apple cider or apple juice and 2 cups of pink country time lemonade. Now, if you want it to be a little less tart, then just add 1 cup. And, you can do either of those there. But kind of play with that. And then you're going to put that into a crock pot. Let that get hot. Don't let it boil because you don't want that wine to boil out, that alcohol to boil out of the wine. And you're going to make that, if you got a party going on, it's an amazing, amazing party drink. Between that and our Jolly Juice, you'll be the life of the party, I'm telling you. So that's what you're going to get kind of extra here. But then there's one other thing that we're going to give you. That is our Christmas wine jelly. If you've never had any of our jellies, this Christmas wine jelly is actually one of my favorites. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. In fact, there's so many things you can do with this. We're going to send you 2 of those things on this card here. So first thing you got here is you got a wine tasting party meatballs. So hopefully if you had a good host tonight, they might have made some of these for you. So what you're going to do with that, read this card, but that uses our Christmas wine jelly and our Christmas red wine right here. So that's what you got there. And then on the other side here, there's Christmas jelly brie bites. The Christmas wine jelly brie bites. That is a mouthful. But that's going to use our Christmas wine jelly. This card comes in your package that you got. So hopefully you got some of those laying around too. So that's our Christmas wine jelly. This stuff is good just with peanut butter and jelly too. I'm telling you, man, this stuff's amazing. So you're going to get that also. So let's get to the wines though, okay? Are you guys ready for this? All right. So take out your wine tasting sheet and let's get ready to start this thing. First thing we're going to try is one of our newest wines that we have here at the winery. This is called Moonlight Bliss. Now, for those of you who don't like a really sweet wine, this is a great wine to have. It's going to be a mid-sweet. You're looking at about a 4% sugar content. You really get the smell of those mid-harvest muscadine grapes in there. And this is a blend of some of our white muscadine grapes. And we're going to give it a taste. So cheers, guys. Yeah. If you like a Pinot Grigio, I think you're going to like this. It's a little bit sweeter than that, but it's got about that same sweetness, but that muscadine taste. Very, very good. I'm telling you, you guys got to try that one. That's going to bring us to our Mothervine Reserve. Now, our Mothervine, if you haven't heard the story of the Mothervine, it is the oldest known scuppernong vine in the United States, in North America, actually. And the way we got pieces of this is years ago in Manteo there, the city was actually taking weed killer and they were spraying that weed killer on the telephone poles. Well, this Mothervine, which is right around 500 years old, is right beside those telephone poles. and they kind of crept over onto that telephone pole, and they got some of that weed killer on the Mothervine, the oldest known scuppernong vine in North America. Well, what happened is it started to kill it. So we sent some of our guys up there. Some other wineries did the same thing. We saved it, and guess what? The guy who owned that vine gave us pieces of that. And over the years, we've taken those pieces, those clippings, and actually made even more clippings out of those. And we've got a Mothervine vineyard here in Rose Hill, North Carolina, right down the road. It's really cool to see. So if you ever get a chance and you're here, go check it out. But this is our Mothervine Reserve. So not only is this the Mothervine, one of the oldest known scuppernong vines in North America, but this is the reserve. Now what that means is we had a really, really good crop of grapes off that Mothervine vine these past year or so. And so if you ever had the Mothervine, it's a very sweet wine. You're looking at about 10% sugar content in this, but it's also on the smooth side. You get a little bit of a bite to it, but this Mothervine Reserve, it is so smooth. It just goes down. You don't even know there's any alcohol in it. It's amazing. So, it just smells like just natural scuppernong grapes. So let's give this a taste. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that is just so sweet and so smooth. It goes down, it just runs down your throat. You just love it. I just love that. So you guys, if you like this, you can order any of these online. So go online tonight, pick some of them up. We'll send them right to your house for those of you who are just a guest at your host's house there. Now, next wine we're going to do. This wine here is actually probably my favorite of our Christmas wines. This is called Naughty and Nice. Now this is a blend of some of our late harvest white wine grapes. It's called Naughty and Nice because when you drink it, hopefully you're nice, but sometimes it might make you just a little bit naughty. And this is, again, the smell on this, it's just amazing. It's got a little bit of our scuppernong in there, a little bit of our Carlos, some magnolia. So there's a little bit of everything in this one. So you get a really broad taste of some of those muscadine grapes. So cheers. That sweetness at first, but you get a little bit of that bite at the end. Now, what I mean by that bite, if you ever had a muscadine, when you first pop that grape into your mouth, if you eat the skin with it, you bite into that skin, it's a very thick skin, it's going to squirt out that juice. That juice can be very sweet, but the skin of itself is kind of a little bitter tasting. Kind of got a bite to it. So this one, to me, you got that sweetness at first, then you get a little bit of that skin bite to it. I really like that because those remind me most of when I was a kid walking through the woods and I'd find these grapes hanging in the trees. But that is an amazing, amazing Christmas wine. Our next wine we're going to try is our reserve version of our Hatteras Red. Now, if you've never had our Hatteras Red, you've probably never had our wine. Our Hatteras Red, it's one of our most popular wines. It's consistently #1 in sales all across the board. What it is, it's a blend of some of our late harvest muscadines. It's got a little bit of the James grape in there and some of the other grapes in there. But this, again, is our reserve. And when I mentioned the Mothervine Reserve, the reserve, what it is, we get almost a perfect crop of grapes that we're looking for. It's got the right pH balances, the right sugars that we're looking for, so you don't have to add a lot of yeast, all kinds of stuff to that to get what you're looking for. It's already in that grape. So it gives you a little bit of a smoother taste to your wine. So let's smell that. Now that one, you can really smell the difference between the red muscadine grapes and the white muscadine grapes. The skins are kept on in the wine a little bit longer during fermentation. So that's what your difference in color is. Even if you've got a red grape and you do the crushing to it, you're still going to get a white juice, a white wine. So during the fermentation, we actually leave the skins on there, and that's what gives it its color. But you get the smell on these. I'm telling you what, the Hatteras Red to me is the one that reminds me most, even more than this Naughty and Nice, of being a kid out in the woods, because I just remember that. I mean, we pick them off the trees, pop them in our mouth, bite into them. You get that sweet taste, then you get a little bit of that bite towards the end. Awesome. And that's what you get a little bit with this Hatteras Red Reserve. However, since this is a reserve, it's a little bit smoother than our regular Hatteras Red. So cheers, guys. For those of you who grew up eating muscadine grapes, I'm telling you, this will remind you of your childhood, to me, more than anything we have. Now, that's going to bring us to our newest Christmas wine. This is called Holly Rosé. It's a really cool bottle. Check that out. A little deer out in the forest. This is a blend of our white and red late harvest muscadines. You're looking at about a 10 to 11% sugar content, about the same as the Hatteras Red Reserve. But you're going to get a nice, mellow, smooth taste on this. I like Naughty Nice just a little bit better, but I do like this Holly Rosé a lot. It's probably my second favorite of our Christmas wines. The smell on that, again, to me, it just smells like walking through the woods when I was a kid and finding these grapes. They're just, it's an amazing smell. So cheers, guys. Let's try this out. Oh, yeah. You get even a little bit more of that bite in that. Starts out real sweet. As it goes down, it gives you a little bit of a kick to the end. That Holly Rosé, that is a great new wine we have this year for Christmas. So if you're looking for a great gift, this is it. You want something for Christmas, you're going to somebody's house this year for a Christmas party, pick up a bottle of this Holly Rosé. They'll love it. I'm telling you, you'll be the hit of the party there. Okay, our next wine is our Christmas Red. It's our Christmas wine. It's our yearly, we have this every year along with the Naughty and Nice. It's our red Christmas wine. Got Santa Claus on there. He's checking his list. He's made it twice and he's checking it twice, and however that song goes, but that is our Christmas Red. And what this is a blend of some of our red muscadine grapes that we use. So you got a little bit of the James grape in there, some Noble, just a little bit of everything in there as far as our red grapes go. This one also has a nice holiday smell to it. I mean, that just reminds me of Christmas. It really does. Waking up on Christmas morning, you know, you got that nice smell in the house, and then maybe mom is making a hot toddy with some of these, you know, wines here, cooking the alcohol out of them. Or maybe she's making like a syrup that you can put on pancakes with some of these, and that, you know, that's what these smells remind me of. Just being a kid. All right, our Christmas wine, our Christmas Red, which I like to call it. Cheers. Yeah, that one's got more of the bite that I'm talking about than any of these so far. A little bit of that bite toward the end. Starts out nice and sweet, then you get that kick to it right there at the end. All right, so this past year, we came out with our cotton candy. Now, if you haven't had our cotton candy wine, this stuff is super good. This really reminds me of early spring all the way through summer into the fall. Why? Well, because in spring, you got a little bit of the carnival starting in different areas, and then summer, they keep going, but then in the fall, you get to the fair, right? And if you were a kid and you went to the fair, you had a Ferris wheel. We had the sea dragon, that thing that you'd sit in and go back and forth like that. Oh my gosh, tilt-a-whirl, all kinds of stuff like that. But the number one thing you remember is the smell of popcorn and the taste of cotton candy. And that's what this tastes like. I'm telling you, this is a blend of some of our reds, some of our whites, and we've added a little bit of berry flavor in there and some vanilla flavor. Now that vanilla and that berry flavor, what that's going to do for you is it's going to give you that cotton candy taste when you mix it with those grapes that we have in there. You can even smell the cotton candy. It's crazy, I'm telling you. It's like I'm walking down the midway at the fair right now. All I need is a popcorn smell in the back, and I'm sure I can do that later. So let's give this a taste. Here we go. Keep that on your tongue for a minute. You're going to get that vanilla taste. as you let that sit there for a minute, you're going to get those muscadine tastes in there mixed with a little bit of that berry taste. When that all comes together, as you swallow it, and the aftertaste on that, you really get that cotton candy. I'm telling you, it's amazing how that works. I feel like I just ate, a piece of cotton candy right out of the bag. Really cool thing you can do with this. It's one of my favorite things that we did. We do dine and wines here at the winery where we mix cocktails, some food, stuff like that. We did a cotton candy float. So what we did, we took a glass, a regular 16-ounce glass, put some vanilla ice cream in there. Then we poured some cream soda over that. We found some blue cream soda about that color, poured that over top of that. And then the last thing we did was some of that cotton candy wine. And that last thing then, this was what really added to it. We took a piece of cotton candy, threw that on top. It melted down into that. I'm telling you, that is the best thing I have tasted since we've started doing the dining wine. So you guys try that out. Check it out on Facebook. You can find it on there. Just look it up on our website or on our Facebook page. You won't be sorry, trust me. All right, so that's cotton candy. The last wine that we're going to try is our pumpkin. All right, so we got a little squirrel on there. It looks like he's getting ready to eat a pumpkin. He took a bite out of it. Look at that. So this is our pumpkin pie spiced wine. So what you're going to get in here, you're going to get that taste of our muscadines, but you're going to get some nutmeg. I get a little bit of cinnamon in there, maybe a little bit of clove towards the finish on this. If you love Thanksgiving, if you love Halloween, if you love the Christmas season, this is going to remind you of all of that mixed together. Because, you start eating pumpkin pie right around Thanksgiving. This is kind of a fall wine. During the fall, you get all those pumpkin flavored, we got coffees, we got everything. Well, this is our pumpkin flavored wine. I mean, you can smell, it smells like I walked by my grandma's kitchen and she just baked a pumpkin pie. For goodness sakes, that's exactly what it smells like. So let's give this a try, guys. Cheers. Oh yeah, definitely. I taste that nutmeg, a little bit of that clove in there, and then the muscadine, great, all mixed together in that. And I'm telling you, it really does remind me of a pumpkin pie a little bit. If I had ice cream with that, I would be a happy man. I really would. So that's all of our wines. It was awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. If you hosted this, thank you for doing that. Come see us. We are in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're in Rose Hill, North Carolina. If you've never been to a live tasting with us, we definitely want you to come do that. Why? Because we want to see you face to face. We appreciate you guys doing this, but we also want to see you in our wineries. Any of these wines you can get online. If you're looking for some Christmas gifts, this is a great Christmas gift. If you bought this tasting, it's a great Christmas gift to give to somebody else, okay? So it's just a nice thing to do, something completely different that they probably never had. These wines, if you get that now, they'll be great for a Christmas gift. So guys, thanks for joining us for this Pinky Raisin home wine tasting. This is Frank, and we'll see you later.